Good afternoon or good morning for the London traders. I've had a fucking hell of a day. I didn't sleep last night because I'm completely jet lagged. And this morning while going to the gym, I don't know if you guys can tell. Yeah, I literally smashed my phone. So I'm recording on my other phone. But let's dive into the daily market outlook. Today is CPI day, so I will not be trading. So CPI, FOMC, NFP days, those are low probability days for me personally, so I will not be trading. I recommend you stay safe, right, during these days, but let's just dive straight into it. So CPI, by the way, is at 8:30 a.m. CPI, and let's go. Let's dive into the euro. So euro monthly time frame, we have not yet mitigated this monthly BPR. We got very close to it, but we have not yet tapped into it. It might not need to tap into it though because we mitigated this monthly fair value gap, so potentially we can see a bit of a pullback starting now, right? So let's go down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I had marked out this weekly high, which I was waiting for to be swept before expecting a pullback, and this is what happened. We've swept this weekly high. Fucking fly. That rhymes. We have this weekly high, and now what we could potentially see is a bit of a pullback before potentially seeing an expansion higher. Price could also just tap into here, so continue pushing up with CPI, and then we can reverse. The key reason why I will not be trading today, as I said, is because it's low probability conditions, and because if I wait for CPI, we wait for the storm to pass, the markets will be much clearer coming into Thursday's price action. So I'll be waiting to see if we push higher or get a nice bearish engulfing candle, and then depending on that I will be approaching my Thursday trading day for longs or shorts, right? So I'm just keeping it simple and clear. This is the previous daily candle, so we had a continuation, we continued expanding higher. We still have this daily fair value gap, which I'm waiting for price to retrace to in order to see the next expansion higher. We could potentially see that with the CPI, so getting a nice bearish candle right here, and then we can continue, we can trade it into this daily fair value gap before the expansion higher. These are some old notes that I marked out. If you scroll back a bit, there's no significant zone. Well, I stand corrected, that is a significant zone right here. We've got this daily zone right into here, which could potentially be a target before pushing down lower as well, but I'm not too focused on that one. Right now what I'm focused on is this sweep of liquidity, and now we could potentially see the pullback. So daily time frame, there's not much to say. Just expecting a high time frame pullback. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see is price has been still pretty bullish actually. So we've been respecting the bullish fair value gaps, we pushed higher, broke above this high. Now we have this bullish fair value gap right into here, along with this daily gap right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out my 4-hour demand zone or 4-hour order block. It doesn't matter what you call it, it's the same thing. And I'm going to keep in mind that what price could do is tap into here and then continue reversing higher. That was a mistake that I did coming into here. So I took a short on GU right about here and didn't anticipate the potential next move up. I still ended up banking 2.7%, but had I anticipated this 4-hour fair value gap, I probably could have been more aggressive with my partials. So I'm not actually going to drop down to the 15-minute time frame because I'm not going to be trading today, and I don't want to put any setups in your mind or anything, because for me it's not the right time to be trading. So what you can keep in mind is basically simple from the daily time frame. We want to wait to see what this candle does, either it pushes higher or pushes lower, and then we can react for Thursday. So let's go to GBP USD. GBP USD, we've been reacting to this monthly order block, and now we've got this monthly zone right into here, which price could potentially tap into. This monthly candle still has no bottom wick. We know that when price has no bottom wick, it's a sign of inefficiency. So what we could potentially see is price reverse and then create the bottom wick coming into these next 19 days. It's unlikely, but it is definitely a possibility. We also do not have a BPR in here, right? So GBP USD on the monthly time frame has a BPR right here. Euro USD, sorry, has a monthly BPR. GBP USD does not have a monthly BPR. which is an indication to me that GBP USD is potentially stronger and more bullish than Euro USD. Let's drop down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, what I've marked out is the weekly breaker block. So this is a typical market structure shift, left head, right shoulder, and then potentially we see the next expansion up. And also this weekly order block, which is very, very clear to my eyes. So yeah, this is basically it. It's the same thing, keeping it simple. We've expanded higher. Now I just want to see a pullback. On the daily time frame, there was a trade opportunity yesterday, but I didn't take it, and I'm going to journal it. I should have had a bullish bias coming into yesterday's trading session because we traded into this fair value gap and we had SNT with Euro, so it would have been a clean trade higher. But as of right now, as of today, looking to do the same thing for the Euro, just waiting to see what this candle does and then react tomorrow. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. So the 4-hour time frame, we have the clear major liquidity sweep and this SNT with the Euro, and so we could have potentially taken a long here, targeting these highs, which would have been a nice trade. But yeah, the 4 hours is chopping right now, so I'm going to be waiting to see what the daily candle does on CPI. Let's drop down to the DXY. Let's go to the DXY. The DXY, if you don't use the DXY, to me is the most important chart you should be looking at in order to analyze the euro and the pound. I show you the euro and the pound first, just so that you guys get your analysis quick before your session. But to me, I'm always analyzing the DXY before going to the euro and the pound. So let's drop down to the, I didn't even do the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, what you can see is this monthly BPR, we have tapped into it, and this is a sign that we could potentially start seeing a pullback, which would be pretty nice. On the weekly time frame, we have swept this same low, and we have practically mitigated this order block, have we not? Don't be a bitch, come on. Come on, motherfucker. Yo. Alright, we're going to count that as a mitigation. So, weekly time frame. We just got a mitigation. We just got a sweep. We're in this weekly fair value gap. We therefore closed this weekly gap, which means we recuperated any buy orders that was in there. And now what? We're waiting for a pullback. So, daily time frame, same thing. I'm not going to waste your time now. We're just waiting for the pullback. We're literally just waiting for price to trade up higher, coming to this fair value gap, or create a bullish candle, and then Thursday, Friday, we can target the gap. So that is it for today's video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment or in my Discord. I am always answering every single question, guys, because my goal is to provide as much value as possible to you. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys.